day of the week. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What you waiting for? Come and take a seat. Like and subscribe, this is where you wanna be. Cause you know we gon' talk about it. Let's talk about it. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe. You know we gon' talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe. Like and subscribe. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe. Amoira, spilling all the tea, coming to you live each day of the
Hey everybody, let me know if y'all can hear me. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on this Saturday? Saturday. I'm not even supposed to be working today, y'all. But today is November the 1st, and I am here because, baby, this story right here is just going to boil your blood, honey. It's going to boil your blood. She said, I remember this case, and it is jaw-dropping. Meg. I just heard about it today, and when I tell you, baby, ooh, hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all can hear me. Hold on, let me just drink some water. Now, y'all know I am not 100% feeling good, but I'm not sick. I'm just it feels like it's trying to peep through, but it hasn't peeped through yet. So I'm just been drinking this tea or whatever. So I'm gonna be taking time throughout this live drinking some tea. So hold on. I'm literally over here sipping on tea on this Saturday. So first of all, I hope everybody is doing well. I know most people are out and about on this Saturday because that's just what people do. They go out, they have fun. But I thought I would bring y'all a story that just will boil your blood. Now I'm gonna let you know now, it is not anything nice. It will piss you off. It will have you asking questions, and hell, it might even make you want to go and you know, call your law office or something, you know what I'm saying? Your lawmakers and say, what the hell is going on? Do I have anybody here that lives in Oklahoma? Anybody? Anybody? Raise your hand or say I do if you live in Oklahoma. And thank you guys. I haven't shouted y'all out in a while. Let me shout y'all out. Infinity Impress is up in the building. Jessica, Woman of Purpose, Island Girl Tamika, Meg, It's Me Keys, Lady V, Miss Magnificent, Annette J, Miss D, Miss Nell Nell. We got Missing Color Girls in the building. Tammy BRL, She Be Super, Val, Des with the T, Miss U. Binkity, blinkety, bink, 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 my girl. Virginia. Uh, what's your last name? I'm just gonna say Virginia. Virginia. Who else we got in here? Miss Susie is in the house, and then J. Lou. Hey, girl, how you feel? K. Sean, I saw you, girl, last night. Super Leo lady, Cheryl, Candy Girl, Sean Lewis, Lacondes. Bet, thank you. Ruthie, Joanne. Who else we got in the building? Rita M, Rachel Ray, hey girl. T, Natserio, hey honey. Deep dive with my girl Chris. Janice Brown, Nisi, Lashina, beautiful queen. Sip and Laugh is in the building. Anita, Marley, Tamik, Tamika. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I say that name right. Tamika. Okay. Elevated Aura. K Kim's Shanita. That's what we got in the building. So hey y'all. Hey. So listen, y'all. This story. Anybody from Oklahoma? Anybody? I don't think I know a solitary person from Oklahoma. Like I don't think I know anybody. Tawana, hey girl, hey Anita, hey Tawana, hey it's me Key. I don't know a soul from Oklahoma. Is that? Oh, girl, I was about to say Oklahoma, Alabama, but Oklahoma is the state, right? So this is out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. We're going to be talking about this story today. When I tell you this story is probably one of the worst ones that I have ever encountered. It is bad. Okay. Hey, Miss Cynthia. Hey, Sonia. Y'all, this story right here, and the reason why I'm choosing to do this story, not because I like covering commentary like this, because I really don't like talking about essay and people being essayed and things of that nature. But the reason why I'm doing it is more to show you just how, if they have to stick by the law, how things cannot work out in people's favor, right? Now, in this case, in my opinion, the law absolutely failed these victims. And this is not just one case that it happens. There are lots of cases out there that the law will fail a victim. But this one right here is by far one of the worst ones that I have ever encountered. Okay. Ever encountered. I don't know if it's just the Oklahoma law or if it's just a law, period. Okay. She said, I just booked customer service to fly there. What's in Oklahoma? Girl, they laws, honey. This law is crazy. She said it sure did fail the victim. It did, Meg. So let's tell you what's going on. So I'm going to put this picture right here up. This little fella right here name is, I'm saying little fella. He ain't little, is he? He's a criminal, a whole disgusting human, okay? His name is Jesse Matt Butler. He's out of Stillwater, Oklahoma, all right? Why do I call him a criminal? Because he is. Because he is. This dude was facing up to 78 years in prison for doing some disgusting things. And I'm going to talk about that with you. And he got absolutely no time in prison. He got 0 years to serve. Got off basically scot-ass free when it comes to time served. All right. Now, let me go back a little bit. He was only 17 years old when he committed these crimes that I'm going to tell you about, right? But he was still tried as an adult. He was charged as an adult and tried as an adult. But because of some type of youth offender act that's in Oklahoma, and I'm sure they probably have it in other states as well, but they have some type of youth offenders act, first time youth offenders, and they submitted for it and a judge authorized it. Now, I'm not telling you this boy went into a grocery store and stole a pack of bubble gum. I'm not telling you this boy got in a fight and bust somebody's jaw. I'm gonna go over the things that this now 18, but at the time 17-year-old criminal did and got away with it. All right. So at 17, this fella was charged with multiple, not just one, but multiple serious essay and grape related offenses. When I say grape, just take the G off and you know what I'm talking about, okay? So essay and grape related offenses. Now, why do I call them serious? Because it wasn't just he touched somebody. It wasn't just he raped somebody. No. He got way more disgusting than that. So let me tell you what he likes to do. He likes to essay people, force them to suck him off, and he likes to choke them until they are unconscious, strangle them until they are unconscious. And then guess what? He likes to video record it. Why? Because he's a sick fuck, is what he is, okay? So this guy is exactly what he did, right? He was charged with multiple serious essay and grape related offenses, including strangulation and coercion of teen girls that he was romantically involved with. Now, two of the females, we're going to call them victim one and victim two, he was dating both of them, right? And he told one of them, I'm sorry, I just have to do this, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, Miss D. Okay, trigger warning for anyone. I thought when I mentioned the essay part. All right. So this is trigger warning. If you've ever been through something like this, you might not want to stick and listen to all of this disgusting stuff. But it ain't really I mean, I'm gonna try to keep it not as disgusting, you know what I'm saying? But it is disgusting. It's disgusting. The outcome is very disgusting. The outcome is very disgusting, okay? So his victims were both 16-year-old females. He was 17 at the time. He was a softball player. Now in Stillwater, Oklahoma, they are big into sports, like a big football area, football city. Now, I don't know if you lived in these small towns that football is their life, right? They praise their sports people. They lift them up. They treat them extra special. How many of you guys went to a high school where your football was everything or your sports team was everything, and they allowed them to get away with a little bit more than they would allow anybody else to get away with? Anybody? Anybody? So she said Bobby, his mammy, would have been at somebody's funeral home making arrangement. Girl, it gets worse. So anyway, but that's what type of town Stillwater, Oklahoma is, okay? They're big on the sports, and his father worked as a director of some type of sport department or whatever. So he had a little pool, right? He knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, okay? So, however, let's go over the timeline, okay? So in February of 2024, the first victim reported the assault, okay? And let me break it down to what she said he did to her. Hold on, let me get to that part because I gotta break it all the way down on what each one of them said happened. Hold on. So hers was unwanted touching, strangulation. Hold on, let me get to it right quick. This is off the top of my head, but I'm just trying to find out what she actually said. But I know it was unwanted touching and strangulation. Okay, yeah. So the first victim, she accused him of inappropriate and violent behavior, all right? Unwanted physical contact and acts that caused her to lose conscious. So that's strangulation, okay? Afterwards, she sought medical attention and made a report to school officials. This is in February of 2024. Okay. Now, here comes March of 2024, the very next month. He began to see another young lady, right? And she reported similar activities. She went to the school officials and she described that she was dealt with physical aggression and non-consensual behavior during their relationship. Now, both of these young women accounts describe similar patterns of control, intimidation, and physical aggression. All right. So now she reports it. So now that's two reports of him unwanted touching, essaying, assaults or whatever, and strangulation to lose conscious. You know what I'm saying? So now this is February, this is March, and now September of 2024. The school resource officers notified the police department and an investigation began. Now, what I don't understand is if February and March, when it was reported, why wasn't anything done? It was not. So now, September, a school resource officer notified the police, and now an investigation began in September, right? So the investigation began, and in March of 2025, 10 felony charges were filed against him. Let's go over the felony charges that he was filed in March. Hold on. Of the following year. They so bad that they kept ChatGPT kept telling me it violated their policy that they couldn't even list the damn charges. Hold on. I said, well, can you put it in safely? Let's say so I'm gonna tell you the safe version because ChatGPT actually said I can't even list the damn charges. Give me a second. Let's see if they're gonna let me do the safe version because this is crazy. Because I want to read them. Let me just ask them to read the charges again. The safe version. Hold on. Can you list the safe version again? It'll list it and then it'll go away. I don't know if you guys ever dealt with Chat GPT. It'll give it to you and then it'll say this violates our policy because it's so nasty. It's so bad that they can't even list the things that this man did. Let me see what they said. All right. So it gave me the safe version. So this might be dummying it down. And I hope it don't come across that way, but I have to list the safe version because that's the only thing they're gonna give me. All right. So 2 counts of grape, GRAP, and it says alleged forced SA without consent. An attempted grape charge, an attempt to commit SA by force or against someone's will. Number 3, forcible oral sodomy. All right. He alleged forced one of the women to suck him off. I just say it like that. And then number 4, sexual battery, unwanted or non-consensual physical touching of a sexual nature. Number 5, assault and battery by strangulation, physical attacking or choking someone, causing pain or restricting their breathing. Number 6, violation of a protection order. So after he was charged with the 10 charges, felony charges, he reached back out to one of the victims when he was ordered not to. And so they gave him an 11th felony charge for contacting one of the victims. So now he's tried to badger the witness or intimidate a witness. That is a felony charge. All right. And then number 7, possession of an inappropriate recording implied by police evidence. So investigators state a digital file was recovered that supported one of the victims. So you remember when I told you he don't just like graping people and strangling them. He likes recording it. He likes recording it. How sick is that, right? He likes to do these things while he sets up a camera and videotape it. Maybe, I don't know, to come back and look at it later or something. I don't know. Just sick, right? So you would think someone like this needs to go straight to the hospital or get locked up, you know what I'm saying, until they are better. But no, that's not what happened. Okay. So let's continue. All right. So I had to do the safe version. So now let me go back over here. So that was, I talked about victim number 1. I talked about victim number 2. Now, victim number 3 says, well, it said that there is a victim number 3 that she has not come forward publicly. So apparently, she reported similar experiences, behavior from this guy, but she is terrified to come forward. So there is a 3rd victim, but she has not came forward to law enforcement. So it was only just, so we just have to say that's been alleged. So 2 victims came forward. Now I'm going to show you this picture. This, and her face is blurred. This is not to mock the victim whatsoever. All right. But this is just to show you how serious this was. He left one of the victims. She had to have surgery. Okay. Surgery, because that's how damaged he left her. He choked her to the point that it actually split her throat. And she had to have surgery. She's 16 years old when this happened. He was 17. Okay. Now I'm going to see if I can show you the video of when they came to his house to pick him up for this crime and to tell him that he was going to jail, right? I want to show you what privilege looked like at its finest. Y'all may have thought the Susan Lawrence lady was dealing with a bunch of privilege, but you got to see this one right here. Now, they may block my damn page for this, but if they do, I'll just go back and delete it out later. But I want you guys to see what it looks like for someone to experience privilege after they have done the most heinous thing ever. Okay. Now, Hold on. Let's just get to that part. Hold on. I just want to get to the part where they come to the house. Give me a second. I don't want to play the whole video. I want y'all to see privilege, baby. Because, honey, and you know, if this was my child, I just wouldn't be like this. Yeah, you're supposed to love your child and all, but I would definitely be upset and wouldn't be showing this much compassion for my child after he's done something like this. I'm not saying I'll throw him to the wolves. All right, so let's look at when the cops came to his house to tell him that he was going to be arrested. Okay, the mother pretty much treated him like a goddamn flower. All right, just like a little puppy or some shit. All right, y'all take a listen to this.
Obviously tell our story too. Yeah. Jess, it's mom. Open the door. It's me.
First of all, she started off, Jess, it's mom. It's mom, Jess. Open the door. Come on, son. It's me. Open the door, Jess. It's me. It's me. Now look at this big joker come to the door. He ain't even no little guy. Look at him come to the door.
And if you'll just have him step out. Okay. Give me your wallet and phone and stuff. So, okay. Your what?
They're in the car.
Well, okay, it's fine. It's not locked or anything, is it? Okay. So, can you tell him what you just told me, or? Yeah. So we're here. We're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman, and you shouldn't be very long. But there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now, you do have to come with us, and I do have to put.
Now, when have you ever known somebody that has been accused of raping, essaying, strangling women till they are unconscious and put in a hospital and forcing somebody to suck them off, right? When have you ever heard a police go to somebody's house and be this damn nice to them? This is absolutely just absurd. Just absurd. I gotta rewind it to see how the mom, how they all coddling this criminal.
And you shouldn't be very long. But there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now, you do have to come with us, and I do have to put you in handcuffs. So turn around for me.
Did you hear what the mother just said? The mother just asked the police officers, do you have to put him in handcuffs? This boy, young fella, is being charged of raping, essaying, and forcing sodomy, sexual sodomy. What was it? Forcing, y'all know what I just said, or whatever it was. Forcing someone to suck him off, sodomy, or whatever, right? Oral sodomy, forcing oral sodomy, right? And she said, do you have to put him in handcuffs? Like, are you kidding me? They put people in handcuffs that sell cigarettes on the side of the corner, but the mother is asking, does he need to be put in handcuffs when he has violated people? Violated. But the mother said, do you have to put him in handcuffs? Yeah, I want you to listen to the mother again, because she's his enabler. One of them anyway. Do you have to put him in handcuffs? Look at him in near tears. Near tears. Like, what? I'm going to get in trouble for what I did? Yeah, you are. You should. But he don't. He didn't get in trouble.
We're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman, and you shouldn't be very long. But there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now, you do have to come with us, and I do have to put you in handcuffs. So turn around for me.
And then they explain to her, yeah, this is our process when we're transporting someone to the jail. Yeah, for in processing. Yeah. This is our policy. right? They're literally explaining to the mom, yeah, this is our policy when we transport someone for processing. Yeah, this is our policy. As if she doesn't know. As if she doesn't know that that is the process. Are you kidding me? He is a criminal. Then she kisses him. I love you. Not, you should be ashamed of yourself. I am disappointed in you, right? She says, I love you. And she give her big boy a kiss. I love you. I love you, right? Ain't nothing wrong with telling your child you love them. But this dude is going to jail or getting processed right now, potentially 78 years in prison. And mommy's like, I love you. I love you so much. And then she leans over and tell him, I'm going to get you out. I'm going to bond you out. Don't worry. I'm going to come get you.
You know we're doing this. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll get you out. For me? All right.
She says, I'll get you out. You hear me? I'll get you out. What about the victims? I'll get you out. You hear me? I'll get you out.
You know we're doing this. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll get you out. For me? All right. Stay silent. Rick knows about this. Candy's on this. Dad's on his way. We're coming to get you, okay? Stay strong, okay? Say your prayers.
She's telling her son to stay strong and say his prayers. Imagine that. Stay strong, say your prayers, eat your vegetables. She's giving him a prep talk, right? After this man, young fella, has violated other people. She's telling him, Dad is coming to get you. He's on his way. Stay strong. Say your prayers. Eat your noodles. You understand me? Tie your shoes. Wipe your mouth. Like, are you effing kidding me?
Yeah. I'll get you out. For me? All right. Stay silent. Rick knows about this. Candy's on this. Dad's on his way. We're coming to get you, okay? Stay strong, okay? Say your prayers.
Say
Okay,
your
so we
prayers.
will. He's going to go right to the city of Stillwater jail, and if you'll just contact her, then she does this all the time. She knows what to do. Yeah.
I'm sure
Okay.
she knows Stillwater Police Department, not a county.
Yeah. Water Police Department.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let them know that we're the ones that take him out.
And
They
when
don't-
we say we are.
This man should have been dragged by his neck all the way to the car, right? But instead, they just treat him ever so gently. You know what I'm saying? Like they walking down a pageant, like he on some type of pageant walk or something. You know what I mean? This is absolutely insane to me, right? Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
Yeah. On Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let them know that we're the ones that take him out.
And
They
when
don't-
we say we are. Stillwater PD. Stillwater PD.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way they don't think he went like straight over and over.
Watch your step. Pick up your left leg. Avoid the bush. Come on. Careful now. Careful.
Spread your feet for me.
Spread your feet for me.
Butler was released on a $25,000 bond when he
So that's him and his mama and the mama's sister right there, right? You see how he looking all so cool, right? He got little shades on, nice little black blazer on, right? Looking all so cool and whatnot, right? Like, yeah, my parents got me. We're good. We're good, right? So he was released on bond and he was actually found guilty of these charges, you guys. But he took a plea deal. Well, actually, let me take that back up. He wasn't found. He was going to be found guilty. They had all type of evidence on him, but they offered him a plea deal. Let's talk about this damn plea deal. Like how? Where you do this at, right? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let's go over this damn plea deal. I'm just. So anyway, it says he was charged with multiple serious felonies, including rape, attempted rape, sexual battery, assault by strangulation, and violation of protective order. Some of these charges involved acts of coercion and violence toward two teenagers. Now, the reason why they said they charged him as an adult is because two of the charges that he was faced with was considered adult charges. All right. So they charged him as an adult, but they offered him a youth offenders, first time offenders. Let's look that up, right? Hold on. I have it, but I want it by itself. This is crazy. Mm-mm-mm. All right, it's called a youth offender program. It is under the Youth Offender Act, Title 10A 25101. So certain teens who are charged with serious crimes can be sentenced through a special system that focus on rehabilitation instead of long-term incarceration. So it's meant for offenders who are between the ages of 15 and 18 years old at the time of the crime and have no prior serious violence on their record, okay? And are believed to still have potential for reform through counseling and supervision. Now, I'm going to tell you how it works in a minute, but before I tell you how it works, what I don't understand is during all of this, when he was being interrogated and all this stuff, all right, and when the witness was coming forth and explaining what happened, one of the witnesses said that he told her, "I'm sorry, but I have to do this. I have to do this," meaning that he basically saying, "I don't want to do it, but I have to do it," meaning that he can't control himself. When he was graping her, and she said she just laid there and allowed him to do it because she figured laying there and allowing him would be the safest bet. Just imagine that for a second. Somebody having to just lay there and allowing someone that they don't want to be in sexual intercourse with, they just having to lay there because they understand that not fighting is their safer option than trying to get somebody off of them. And he apologizes to his victim beforehand. "I'm sorry, but this is something that I have to do." But, and I say that to say this program is designed for someone that they believe to still have potential for reform through counseling and supervision. Now, I'm going to go on to tell you how the program worked, right? And if he violates, what will happen to him. But what I don't understand is someone that tells you, "I'm sorry, but I have to do this," and then they videotape their assault on you. In my opinion, ain't no damn counseling or no supervision gonna help reform this man. What do I mean by that? I feel that the fact, if he's not like medically treated or something like that, because I think something is psychologically wrong with him. Why do I say that, right? If a man says, "I'm sorry, this is something that I have to do," and he videotaped his strangulations, in my opinion, that's something that he desires. It's in him. This ain't just no certain thing that just happened. It's in him. He has a desire for this type of crime. So I do not believe that they should have just looked at him and said, "Oh, you got potential to reform," right? This wasn't a one-time thing, and it's the severity of it, the seriousness of it. Okay, the strangulation, forcing somebody to suck you off, and videotaping it. And one of the doctors, this is not hearsay, one of the doctors actually said that 30 more seconds, just 30 more seconds of holding one of these young ladies by the neck, she would have lost her life. 30 more seconds. If he would have held his grip for 30 more seconds, she would not be here. He would be charged with murder. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? But they offered him a program for a youth that has potential to reform. Now, let me just peel back the onion a little bit more, because some of you guys probably saying, well, Amoira, God have a way of correcting everybody's behavior, right? Changing things around, changing who a person is. Yeah, I believe that. But it didn't say through prayer. It said through counseling and supervision, right? I believe this joker should have been locked down while he was going through his counseling and supervision. Why? Well, because even after being charged, he turned around and tried to intimidate a witness. So let's go over how this works, okay? How the program works. They are not sent to adult prison immediately. They stay under, or let me go back. How does it work? When someone is sentenced under this status, a youth offender act, right? When they are sentenced under this status, they do not go to prison immediately. They stay under the Office of Juvenile Affairs for treatment, therapy, and close monitoring. So he has to get checked in every single day, and they probably treat him like he's some goddamn fucking ass victim. Like, are you okay? What are your thoughts today? Are you all right? Have you been thinking of anything violent? Have you been thinking about doing anything to someone? Have you been getting aroused? Are you overstimulated? I'm sure they treat him like a freaking just really nice, like something is wrong with him. Something is wrong with him, but they treat him like as if he's a victim, in my opinion, right? But again, they stay up under that program for treatment, therapy, and close monitoring, and they must complete court-ordered requirements, which includes intensive counseling or therapy, rehabilitation and education program, community service hours, and compliance checks and supervision, right? So if they fail the program, the court can revoke their youth offender status and send them to adult prison to serve part or all of their original sentence, up to 10 years. So now, mind you, he was facing 78 years in prison for what he did to these young ladies. But because he went through this program, if he violates, he will be facing up to 10 years. Up to 10 years. However, if he completes the program successfully, then he avoid prison time altogether and may have the record sealed once he becomes 21 years old. So as long as he does nothing like to violate, he's 18 now. If he does no violation at 21, he can go before the judge and say, can you seal my shit? Can you hide who I really am from the public? Huh? Can you hide what I did to these people from the public? Because I don't want nobody to know how much of a monster I am. He literally can go before the court and petition the court for this. Now, let me find out how long this program is. How long is the program? The program is, well, it says, it doesn't have a single fixed length of time. So it's tied to the person's age and the progress of the treatment. Okay. So it says a youthful offender remains under the supervision of the Oklahoma Office of Juvenile Affairs until they turn 18, 19, or 21 years old, depending on their progress and the judge ruling. So the court can extend it all the way out to the age of 21 if rehabilitation is not completed. So he'll stay in the program until he's 21, until he's fixed, until his sick ass is not, yeah, I guess, thinking of any type of violent tendencies, or, I don't know. But he could stay in the program up to 21 years of age. At 21, he must be released, but only if he successfully complete the program. All right. Now, if he does not successfully complete the program by the age of 21, he could be transferred to adult prison. Now, I don't know. Let me see. What makes him complete it? Okay, so it says the completion. It says the completion mean mandatory counseling and therapies, perform community service, obey all supervisory conditions, so curfews, no contact with the victim, etc., and avoid all new criminal conduct. So he can't get in trouble at all. No criminal conduct whatsoever. But if he does violate while he's in the program, they will immediately uh send him to adult prison. Okay. Now, in my opinion, I mean, this is just my opinion, y'all. I don't know what's going to happen to this young fella, but I just believe in my heart's a heart that he will offend again. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because he didn't have to face no accountability. And what I have learned about people that don't have to deal with their consequences and face no accountability, they repeat the same cycle. They repeat the same cycle. This shit continues. When you are not held responsible for the shit that you do, then you feel like, oh, that was a little smack on the hand. Oh, I didn't really, that wasn't really bad, right? So they do the same shit. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say counseling won't help, but these type of people are manipulators, right? So who to say that he can't go 3 years in this program doing everything they're telling him to do? And I'm pretty sure he got his parents in his ear, because it's not like he's off by himself with these people living in some house. He's still living with his damn mama. His enabling ass mama. That's his mama right there in them black jeans. She's so embarrassed because she knows the court got the camera in her face. She's so embarrassed that her head is turned to the wall. She said, did you say he did try to intimidate one of the witnesses? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Charlene. That was his 11th felony. They charged him with 10 felonies. The 11th felony is because he tried to call when he was told not to. He tried to call one of the victims to try to get her to change her story. And he got in trouble for it. Yeah. And he's still not locked up. He's still not locked up. So he took the plea or whatever of the youth offenders. Now, let me show you the judge right quick. And the only reason why I'm showing this, I'm not trying to pick at her or anything, but they're calling for an investigation on her. Hold on one second. Let me pull up this damn judge right quick. Because they think that she may have been in on the hold on, let me just put a picture up right quick. Hold on, I'm sorry. I should have already had it down, but I didn't. And some lawmakers are mad. Oklahoma. And they're like, nah, this need to be looked into because this ain't right. The victims got no justice whatsoever. None whatsoever. The victims they took what they took, and their offender got to walk away. Her name is Judge Susan Worthington. Gave this violent criminal a slap on the wrist. Gave him a slap on the wrist because he was a damn high school baseball player, right? And his father has connections in the city. You understand what I'm saying? Now, my opinion, I feel like if they could have rejected it, they could have not offered him. Okay, so when your attorney goes in and offer and say, oh, or even the prosecutor say, okay, do you want this plea deal? The judge can reject it and say, no, he is not going to get a plea deal. We're not going to accept a plea deal. No, what he did was crazy. What he did was dangerous. What he did was horrible. No, he needs to sit down while he's being rehabilitated. Because right now he's being rehabilitated with his mama. The same mama that you heard say, I love you. I'm coming to get you out. Say your prayers, eat your noodles, tie your shoes, wipe your mouth. That same mother that made him feel like that he didn't do anything wrong. That same mother that says, it's okay, I'm coming for you. You're going to be okay. That same mother that said, does he have to be handcuffed? Can't you guys just put him in the car with no handcuffs? Do you understand me? This is sick. This is sick. So there are lawmakers out there saying, no, this judge needs to be evaluated. This whole case needs to be back open and reevaluated because something is not right. You literally let a criminal with 11 felony charges that was facing up to 78 years in prison for doing the things that this young fella did, and y'all let him go? His victims, one of them had to get surgery. Do you know the scars that's going to leave this young lady? And I'm not talking about physical scars. I'm talking about the scars that she knows she was raped and strangled. And then the doctor told her she only had 30 more second chokehold and she would not be here. Do you know the scars that this young lady will live with her forever? She was 16 when this happened. But to turn around and find out that the fella that did it to her won't spend not one day in jail because he was 17 at the time. This judge seemed to think that he has time to rehabilitate, to get it together, to change his life. This is the same fella that looked at these young ladies and said, I'm sorry, but I got to do this. And then video recorded it. How sick is that? What 17-year-old is walking around doing shit like this? Graping young ladies, forcing them to suck his weed whacker, and then strangling them till they pass out. That shit ain't normal. That's absolutely not normal. And then when they come get your sorry ass, your mama coddle you. Your mama tell you, it's okay, we're coming to get you. The mother should be embarrassed. The whole family should be embarrassed. He should be embarrassed. It's like he's sitting there looking dead into the camera. No responsibility. No accountability. And this judge seems to think in 3 years or less that he's going to be a changed man. Raise your hand if you think that he will offend again. This is just based on opinion. Based on opinion. Raise your hand if you feel that he will offend again. And then I want to go down I want to talk about the law a little bit. I want to talk about the law. Okay, I see some hands being raised. I see it. I'm going to talk about the law and then I'm going to come back and I want to talk about just red flags. I don't even like the fact that his record is going to be sealed. Cuz you know what that means? That means that one day, right? Cuz most girls, they don't check to see who the hell they dealing with, right? They may not go back and read news articles and stuff. But once his record is sealed and he start dating someone or even marrying them, they're not even going to know what he did at 17 years old. They're not even going to know it. They're not going to have no clue, especially if he move out of that town. They're not going to know what this fella did once the records become sealed under this program. And that's if he completes the program. That's if. So She Be Super said he will, you said what? He will offend again and it will be worse. Now that's crazy and sad at the same time. That's very sad. And it's crazy because she should know that. She should know that. After reading everything that this dude did to these women, putting them in the hospital, they having to have surgery, forcing somebody to suck you off, right? Choking them, videotaping it, right? She should know that it will happen again. But the program is set up for troubled teens that do serious offense as long as they don't have anything else on their record. But what I don't understand is if we go back over the timeline, he did this in February, right? He didn't get in trouble. It was reported. Well, I'm not going to say he did it in February, but it was reported in February. It was literally reported in February of 2024. He didn't get in trouble. So he did it again in March, right? And then from March to September, so March, April, May, June, July, August, September, for 6 months, right? Nothing happened. And then the school resource officer was notified and investigation began. But not until March of 2025 was he charged. He was charged. Now, y'all know charges don't always come quickly, right? He was charged September, October, November, December, January, February, April. Hold on. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So 6 months it took for them to even charge him after an investigation. So it took them 6 months to investigate this in order to charge him with 10 felony charges. Disgusting charges. The 11th charge didn't take place until mid-2025. The 11th charge was a protection order violation when he reached out to one of his victims. What did he do that for? He was told not to. If he is the type of kid that could be reformed under a program such as that one, why did he violate a protective order that says you are to not contact your victims? But yet he did. Yet he did. And he got an 11th felony charge. And then in August of 2025, just a few months ago, you guys, he took a plea deal and a youthful offender sentence. And now October, well, it's November now, but October of 2025 is when the public started outraging and lawmakers start calling for a review, saying, some don't smell right. How is it that everything that this young fella did, everything, and how disgusting it is, and how serious it is, how in the hell could he, of all people, be offered a deal like this? How? How? How can he be offered a deal like this? Because they think he can be reformed. This is a smack on the hand. But they say, well, he's never offended before. He doesn't have a criminal background, right? And he was under the age of 18. And this is considered a serious crime. So let's offer it to him. That's how they got to that. Let's go ahead and offer it to him. Because he fits all the criteria. Now, I'm sure somebody in his family asked about it. Come on now. My son's never got in trouble before. Don't y'all have some type of youth offender act? Oh, yeah, we do. We do have a youth offender. Can he get that, please? Can he get that? And then some judge looked at it and said, okay, let's offer it to him. Let's go ahead. After this boy has done the things that he's done, all of the things that he's done, let's go ahead and offer him a youth offender. But what I don't understand is how does the victims get their justice? What happens to the victims? What type of counseling therapy that you're offering them? See, he's getting his counseling and therapy and shit through the program. So it's probably free through the damn program. He got to do community service, but you know what I'm saying? He gets to be, they deem him, oh, he must be ill. He must be sick. Something must be wrong with him. Let him be rehabilitated. But then what about these young girls? Their parents got to go spend money for them to sit and talk to a therapist to figure out why their assaulter is still walking and living with his mama and being protected by his mama. They're protecting him and doing nothing for the victims. What are they doing for the victims? Now, I heard one of them was in protective custody, but now she has to go live her life, right? in some type of protective custody. And I don't even know how long that's going to be for. It may have just been until the case closed or whatever. I don't know. I will have to look it up. But she's in, I think either one or two of them in protective custody. But at the same time, why should they have to alter their lives? Because their assaulter gets to walk free. He gets to go get babied, because that's exactly what they're going to do. Babied by his mama and his family members. This is privilege at its finest. Okay? Seriously. But anyway, this is sick. Absolutely sick. You know, I don't see how the judge can definitely think that a slap on the wrist is what he needs. This man videotaped his victims. That's sick in itself. It's sick. Serial killers do shit like this, right? But they said, oh, he was just 18 or 17 at the time. He got time to get it together. He's not that bad. How can you say that? This is sick to me. But anyway, let me let you guys listen to a video of one of these lawmakers that's pretty much outraged, and I don't blame him. And he said he's going to do, he ain't shutting up. He said he's going to do what he got to do to get it out there. Okay, hold on. Let me bring it up for a second. This is absolutely crazy. Let's see if it's going to.
Adams takes a picture of a moonrise.
Hold on. A commercial is on. Let me just let it play. Come on. All right, here we go. All right, listen up, you guys. Let's go back a little bit.
World did this judge come back and rule that no, we're going to place him under a Youthful Offender Act and make it to where this sexual predator, this person convicted of all these sexual crimes, no longer has to do any of the things that require time, that require check-in and to register as a sex offender, turn him back out on the street without any kind of oversight over him. That's, again, if that don't fire you up, there's something wrong.
He said, if that don't fire up, something wrong. Hold on, he did a longer interview.
Good news.
He did a longer interview on YouTube. Let me get the longer one right quick. He did a longer interview on YouTube, and I want you guys to hear him. I actually agree with him because he is definitely saying that this is wrong, and he wants to see something done, and I agree with him. I absolutely agree. Something should be done. Now, can they do anything? I don't think they can pull it. I don't think so. But, you know, I think if a lot of outrage come about, they may be able to do something, but I don't know. Hold on, let me let this commercial go by. You know, people got to pay their bills. All right, now skip.
Set you on fire, I guarantee your wood's wet because it makes you upset. Anybody that listens to this is going to be absolutely upset. And you start into how did this happen? How do we stop this? But here's the problem. The laws are there. What do you do when the courts don't follow the rules that's already set? Because they're the ones who set this. They filed charges on him. They set him as an adult. That didn't just happen. They had to have a hearing to adjudicate him to an adult. So how in the world did this judge come back and rule that, no, we're going to place him under a Youthful Offender Act and make it to where this sexual predator, this person convicted of all these sexual crimes, no longer has to do any of the things that require time, that require check-in and to register as a sex offender, turn him back out on the street without any kind of oversight over him. That's, again, if that don't fire you up, there's something wrong.
Well, it's fired us up. We're now, I think, on our second or third night of coverage on this story. We want to see if there's going to be a change, some resolution, some recourse for these moms and their daughters who have suffered through this. But I keep coming back to how it happened. Sir, do you think that the courts are corrupt? Is that how you think that this deal was maneuvered?
Hell yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We're working on grand juries right there. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think we're going to see more cases like this. I think we're going to see, I'm working on a case that may be as shocking as this. We're trying to get the Payne County grand jury because of this kind of action. And so, yes, I mean, absolutely, there's a lot of problems. We're meeting with, great resistance from their court and from our Oklahoma government. I mean, we're meeting with great resistance on trying to get that grand jury and hold these people accountable. So again, until they're held accountable, the laws are there. But what do you do when they don't follow their own rules? When they don't follow justice? They took an oath to justice. Does this sound like justice? And
Hell
again,
no.
here's what I'm saying. Shouldn't we investigate? Should we not investigate? Was there political favor done here? Was this done as a result because of positions the father?
I believe it was a political favor, because how in the hell can a woman judge, if anything, allow something like this to take place? Like, I do believe that there was some political favors.
Has, or because people knew each other. I would think that it would warrant investigation. And again, it's all allegations. We don't know what happened until we go in and investigate it. But golly, I'm mad as all get out. And we're trying to have other things there in that same county investigated. I mean, very, very corrupt things going on in this county and really across the state. There's all kinds of things. And guess what? We're having to fight our own Oklahoma government. This is red Oklahoma, and yet we're having to fight them, and we're having to fight the court system just to try to get things like rape and these type of cases investigated.
Well, I love the fact that you and Democrats, you said it's red Oklahoma, but Republicans and Democrats come together on this issue. I'm just hoping that you can actually force the hand and get this investigation kicked in, maybe a grand jury to look into it deeper. But short of that, sir, do you see any kind of federal path for these families with the facts and the affidavits that you've read? Have you seen anything that might actually give them some sort of standing in the federal courts?
I think that you could get to pass possibly to go to federal court. One, if we can get a grand jury and we can establish enough that there's no way that we get a fair hearing in Oklahoma, we could establish a federal grand jury and we could include this case. Now, I don't think you're going to get a reversal on the case, but you could look into, did the judges act right? Was there favoritism? Those kind of things. And again, if the family could prove favoritism or corruption in the court, that would be a cause to get that maybe into federal court. There's two vehicles possibly to get that done. It's going to be extremely hard. Once you get a ruling, very hard to get the court to change that ruling. And again, what you're going to see is this case put off, and they're going to try to outweight you and everybody forget and move on and go to some other newsworthy story. And again, we have case after case in just this county alone of these kind of incidents, not only rape, but arresting people who were turning in sexual abuse or abuse on their children, and they arrested them and put them in jail. So again, it's not just covering up rape, but it is going after people who come in and report these kind of abuses. So it's out of control. This is a big, big deal, and this is a big, big story. And if you look at what's going on and you put this rape case up beside grandmas and dads getting arrested for turning in abuse, that's when the community really is outraged. You want to get outrageous, start looking into everything and put it all in perspective, and you will get fired up. There is a lot of corruption going on in this community.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below.
All right. So basically, what this lawmaker is saying is that their town, their community have some issues going on within their court system. And I do believe that they should ask the grand jury to come in, because I cannot see how this young fella, and then they said there is a third victim. The third victim is so terrified that she hasn't even came forth to the law. To the law enforcement. They're just saying it's a third victim, but she has not come forward because she is afraid for her life. Ain't no telling what he done or him even reaching out to her. You understand what I'm saying? He probably already reached out to her. But this is crazy to me, and I really hope that they are able to have this overturned. I don't know how that works. Somebody said, what does the dad do? The dad is actually like the director of a sports section in the town, but the town is real big on sports. Like it's a football town, but and the boy plays softball or baseball, I'm sorry. And so the dad is, he does something along that way. But I do believe that they should reopen this thing because that's crazy. I don't understand how the
Charges of rape.
hold on. We're gonna watch this one too. I don't understand. Well, not understand. I don't understand, but I hope the parents of these girls do not just sit down and let this happen. Let's see if this is the same one. Is it not? No, yeah. Okay, hold on.
By instrumentation, and you'll have to use 3 charges of rape by instrumentation, and you'll have to use your imagination about what that means. But yeah, it is literal. 1 count of sexual battery, 1 count of forcible oral sodomy, 2 counts of domestic assault and battery by strangulation, and 1 count of domestic assault and battery. And while there were even more and way bigger charges that the state likely could have thrown at this kid, like attempted murder,
Yes.
the 2 alleged victims and their families had every reason to believe that the wheels of justice were hard at work on this case, both for them and for the accused, Jesse Mack Butler. And before I tell you what ended up happening, let me tell you why he faced those specific charges, what he actually did to those 2 girls. You should know that these details are extremely graphic. They are despicable, but they are critical to this story, especially when you find out how the judge came down in this case. So fair warning, trigger warning. What I'm about to list out for you is very uncomfortable to
Hold on, let me answer Tammy's question. She said, can the family take him to civil court for medical fees and personal trauma? Absolutely. They absolutely can, and they absolutely should. But I don't want no damn money when you done something like that to me. Not just money. You know what I'm saying? No, I want to see this joker in prison. You hear me? Let me read this one. She said, I was sick to my stomach when I seen this. This is right next door to where my daughter go to college. She is in Langston University. Oh, wow. Damn, that's crazy. Thank you for that super chat. This is crazy. So a lot of you guys have heard about this story. I just heard about it today, and it's sick. It is sick. Raise your hand if you have already heard about this story while I allow her to explain to you guys. And she's going to be a little bit more graphic than me as to what happened. Okay. Now, again, trigger warning. If you don't want to hear this, just step out. But if you don't mind, just listen up to what this boy did. Okay. But raise your hand if you've already heard about the story.
Trigger warning. What I'm about to list out for you is very uncomfortable to say and to hear. A police affidavit says a girl who's identified only as LS because she's a minor dated Jesse Butler for about...
Now, wait a minute. First, that's the first girl. This is the second girl, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. No, it might be the same one. No, I think this might be the second girl. But anyway, they both had to go to the hospital. They both had to go to the hospital. That's crazy. But anyway, let's go.
3 months, starting in January of last year. She was 16 at the time. And during that time, the victim said Butler repeatedly raped and attempted to rape her and would strangle her if she refused. The teenage girl needed surgery to repair the damage done to her neck by the strangulation. And her doctor told her that she would have died had that strangulation lasted another 30 seconds. The girl said that she gave in to Jesse Mack Butler because he threatened to kill her and he threatened to kill her family if she didn't give in.
Now, I want to go back right quick. I know this is crazy, y'all. But y'all, let's go back right quick. Hold on. I just want to go back to the cut. This dude choked her so hard. I want y'all to just stop for a second. He choked her so hard that he split her neck This ain't from a knife or anything like that. That is from his hands being around her neck so hard that he split her neck and she needed surgery. Lord Jesus. Anyway, okay, let's go.
The girl said that she gave in to Jesse Mack Butler because he threatened to kill her and he threatened to kill her family if she didn't give in. A separate affidavit says in March of last year, Butler took up with another 16-year-old girl identified only as KS. And that relationship lasted 6 months, but this teenager also said that Butler was aggressive and violent with her and says she went along with all the unwanted sex to avoid being hurt further. This victim also said that one time when she did refuse, Butler strangled her too. But get this, he recorded himself strangling her until she passed out. And lest you think this might be just a he said, she said, police later found that video on Jesse Mack Butler's phone. So that's what we call evidence. Jesse Butler pleaded not guilty to everything, as was his right off the bat.
And plead not guilty. But why would you record it? Because you want to see it that again and again. That is sick. That is what some of these criminals, vicious criminals do. These sick ass criminals, right? They record it because they want to come back and see it because they get off on stuff like this. And they think this dude belonging in some type of rehabilitation program for 3 years while he's out here with his mama and whoever his family members or whatever free. Okay. All right. He recorded it and it has it on his cell phone.
But in the coming months, for reasons that I will not pretend tonight to understand, the DA's office struck a deal with Butler's lawyers to change his status from adult to youthful offender. The victim's families begged the DA, please do not do that. Please, no. But in July, a judge decided to sign off on this. And in August, Jesse Mack Butler changed his plea from not guilty to no contest, meaning he knew there was ample evidence to convict him. And you should know that a conviction is the result of a no contest plea, right? That's what you get, convicted. By the way, I mentioned there were 10 counts before, but by August, there was one more. So the grand tally now stood at 11. The new count was for violating a protective order, which, oh my God, facing 10 felony counts and violating a protective order should have been a hell of a red flag for anybody.
That's right.
Somebody. But the very same day that happened, Butler was sentenced to 78 years in prison, which sounds like a fitting punishment for somebody who nearly kills 2 teenage girls and rapes them repeatedly with all sorts of things. But as a youthful offender, Jesse Mack Butler was also entitled to special treatment, like a rehabilitation plan, which was drawn up by the Oklahoma Office of Juvenile Affairs. And that plan was presented to the court last week. This new punishment called for daily check-ins, weekly counseling, a curfew, no social media, and 150 hours of community service. Bam. They really brought down the hammer, huh? 150. Oh,
damn.
That's like 3 weeks if you work really hard. This new plan is scheduled to stay in effect until Jesse Mack Butler turns 19. And that, my friends, is less than a year from now. So, wow.
So this is not even until he's 21. This mofo gets off this plan at 19 years old. Honey, baby, who said it? Somebody said it. Let me put it up here. Somebody said it. Where is that? Somebody said it. I don't see it. Where is it at? Here we go. Super Leo said, we will hear about Jesse Mack Butler again, unfortunately. You hit it on the nose, Super Leo. Super Leo, we will be hearing about Jesse Mack Butler again, unfortunately. We will be hearing about that joker again. You are absolutely correct. I do believe.
long punishment.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right.
I'm sorry. I didn't know they have that at the end of every last one of their videos. But I like watching News Nation, but and I got one more to show y'all. One more to show y'all because they covered it again. I like her. I actually like her better than Nancy Grace. Let me show you one more of theirs. And you heard it from me. Now, when you hear how she explains it, she put a little bit more emphasis on it. It sounds horrible, doesn't it? It probably already sounded horrible when I was saying it, but now it sounds worse coming from her. Hold on, let me just show you one more. They offered that joke. I do believe that it was an inside deal because I just can't see how they could, the judge or the DA, hell, when the DA come and say, okay, you know what? We don't want to try this case, even though we got a video of you strangling the girl in your phone. We just going to strike a deal with you. If you plead no contest, then we'll offer you the Young Offender Act. Now, he pled not guilty at first, and he has a right to do that, right? As an American, you have a right to say that you're innocent, and they have to prove that you are guilty, right? But he had evidence in his phone, y'all. Evidence in his phone. But he pled not guilty. But when the DA came back and offered him the plea deal, he pled no contest. Meaning, well, I'm not going to say I'm innocent or guilty. Like, y'all figure that shit out, right? I'm not admitting to either one. And he was sentenced to 78 years. 78 years. And don't have to spend not one damn day. Not one damn day. Not sentenced. He was convicted. Whatever she said. Let me pull up the other one right quick. This is absolutely absurd, you guys. Hold on. Absolutely absurd. But I do believe, like Super Leo said, we will see that joke again because now that I know that he don't even have to do the whole 3 years, that program is until he is 19 years old. So basically, he is on a be good program until he's 19. And to me, that's even worse because ain't no damn way this sick joker is going to be rehabilitated in one year. She said, Amoira, hold on. Amoira, DAs are not who they were one day. They all weak as fuck. I believe it until they really trying to come after your ass. You know what I'm saying? No, but I believe it. She said, yes, I don't know if I'm alone in this, but I see in pictures and all these cases, I think I have a little PTSD. This is, oh my God, this year. Oh my God. Is this making y'all have a little PTSD? I mean, you know, I'm not trying to get you to have PTSD. I just thought this case was sick. And I really just did it to show you guys sometime how the law, because they have to abide by the law or whatever, sometimes it could be not in the favor of a victim, but because it's law, sometimes they have to go by it, right? But a judge could have told the DA, no, I'm not taking that plea. You think I'm going to accept a plea after this man has hurt these young ladies, have almost, unalived these young ladies? Literally almost unalived them. He should have had an attempted murder charge. The doctor actually said 30 more seconds and her life would have been gone. And hell, I thought strangulation was attempted murder. What the hell? Is it not? Hold on, let me bring up this other video right quick. But there are lawmakers that's not, sitting down. And about the money situation, trying to sue them for something, I don't know if that would be good enough for me. I do not know if that, I know it wouldn't be good enough for me. Keep your dollars. Got the mama and the daddy calling him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This is absolutely crazy. I was looking for the other video and I don't see it. Let me go a little further. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I see the other one. Well, anyway, we get the gist of what happened and what's going on. But lawmakers are outraged, and they are trying to look into it to see, was it a deal between two friends, because it very well could have been. You know what I mean? Like, I wash your back, you wash mine, or who knows? If they peel back the onion, they may find out that they're even family members some along the way. But they always got one of these family members that be like, let me call in a favor. But instead of them looking at the whole situation and be like, this young fella is sick. He's sick. And to say that all he needs is some counseling and therapy for a year, what is that going to do? What is that going to do? I just find this very disturbing. Very, very, very disturbing. Just absolutely disturbing. Hold on. I'm trying to get. This was 2 days ago. Let's see what they said. Let's see what this lawmaker said. Or this, whoever this is.
Following a case in Stillwater that's gained. Following a case in Stillwater that's gained widespread attention on social media. A high school student's pleading no contest to several rape and domestic assault charges. Jesse Butler was arrested back in March on 10 rape-related charges involving 2 underage girls. Investigators say the crimes happened over multiple months in 2024 when Butler was around 17 years old. Victim statements from both girls say Butler forced them to perform sexual acts, and both say Butler strangled them to the point of unconsciousness. The case now sparking outrage online after prosecutors reclassified him as a youthful offender despite initially charging him as an adult. I talked with Kimberly Jans with the Tulsa County DA's Juvenile Division about how that process works and what factors can lead to such a decision.
This is an area of law that is incredibly complicated. The biggest factors are what was the crime and what is the age of the defendant.
Jans didn't speak specifically about Butler's case since it didn't happen in Tulsa County, but says the most significant change that can come deals with sentencing. Butler originally sentenced to 78 years in prison. That changes as a youthful offender, or YO.
Wanting to do the YO aspect gives you the possibility of rehabilitating yourself before having to serve a long sentence in the Department of Corrections.
We reached out to the Payne County District Attorney, Butler's attorney, and the Office of Juvenile Affairs, but haven't heard back. I'm TJ Ecker with two.
He was sentenced to 78 years. How in the hell can you be sentenced to 78 years and you don't have to spend a damn day in prison? Where do you do that at? That is absolutely insane to me. My God. I'm going to read some of your comments because this is absolutely insane. This joker was sentenced to 78 years. And all he has to do is 1 year in a damn program. And then he's free. And then at 21, he can say, hey, can you wipe my record clean? Can you just wipe all this away? I don't want nobody to know I did this shit. I don't want nobody being able to look me up. I want to have a job. I want to have a wife, kids. I want to live a fabulous ass life, and I just want to forget about this. I did a program for a year. I had counseling for a year. Anyway. She said if she's appointed, she could be voted out. Hopefully she isn't. But it's not just the judge. It's the judge. It's the DA. It's a few people in this mix that I think that if they peel back the onion, they will find out that it was more people involved in this cover-up than just one person. It wasn't just the judge. I'm sure it was the judge, the DA, and some more people. Probably even the prosecutor, because the prosecutor do not have to accept not the prosecutor, I'm sorry. Lawyers, no, actually, I don't think that's true what I was about to say. Yeah, it's the DA. The DA went to his lawyer. Of course, his lawyer is going to accept it. Because that's a win for his lawyer. He'll move far away and change his name. He needs to go live in the woods, Robbie. Wicked judge, I should have dressed up as her. Nichelle, you're funny. I read that one. He was almost an adult. He wasn't 13 or 14. Absolutely. He was 17 years old when it happened. But I want to do she even think about how these young girls feel, how they mothers feel, how his mama can walk around with her head up knowing that your son did these things. Like literally, I would be so embarrassed as a mother. Anyway, I just thought I would bring y'all this story. I know it was not the most uplifting story of them all, but I just thought maybe, we could switch up a little bit so he doesn't have to register as a sex offender. No, ma'am, at all, Dakota. His slate is wiped clean. He don't have to register as a sex offender. Actually, they said when he's done, it's like he never did anything wrong. Well, once his record is expunged, it's like he's never did anything wrong. He is totally free. He is not held to no, as long as he don't get in trouble until up into the age of 19, as long as he don't get in trouble while he's in the program. After the program, it doesn't matter. Just as long as he's in the program. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter. After the program, they'll try him with however they try an adult, right? But these charges won't be a factor. She said, what a message they're sending out. So just because he was 17, he deserves a second chance. Did they not see the severity of this? He knew what he did. He'll be recorded. He's a hell. He recorded his work. Shaking my head. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. I wish I was, Pretty C. That's why I say if this story doesn't make you angry, then I don't know what will, because this story is absolutely horrible. And it's more horrible for the law, right? The judge, the lawyers, all of them, than it is him. Because they had proof to send this man down the road. This wasn't even been no hard case to fight. Now, I do know, but I don't think that from listening to the News Nation lady, the family begged them not to offer him the youthful program. They begged them, right? And I always thought that when you offer a plea deal, I thought that the family has to be okay with that plea deal. I didn't know that they can offer the plea deal and the family don't have no damn say, because I would have a problem with that. If that was my child, I'll be like, hell no, hell no. She said, this is sick. The judge needs to be recalled and all parties involved needs to be held accountable for failing to protect the victims and the community at large. Exactly, because I believe, like, I think it's Super Leo said, he's going to do this again. She says, Amoira, there's another white dude that raped someone and either his father or someone the father knows changed the law so he wouldn't go to prison. I think they changed the age of consent. Oh, shit. Was this in the same city or town or state or just a different altogether? She said, thank you. I've been peeping from the bushes. Love your content. Thank you, Nichelle. I'm glad you decided to speak out today. And I'm sorry that we had to meet on these type of circumstances. But I really wanted to bring it to you guys because it's weird as hell. It's unusual. And I just have to say it's white privilege at its finest. And I'm not a racist person. I don't want anybody to think I am. But I just don't think a black young boy would have been offered this deal at all. At all. I just do not think, I don't give a damn who the black guy know, right? A black young fellow would know. I don't think that he would be offered. I don't even think they would have even let him know that it exists. And even if they did know it exists, they would have told him, "Oh no, you don't qualify for that." Like, I just do not think that they would have allowed something like this to happen if it was not a white boy. I think they did this because the family looked like they live in a prestige neighborhood. I mean, not rich, but kind of little on the wealthy side, right? And the way she was asking, does he have to be in handcuffs? That screams privilege to me. And the way she was leaning over there like, oh, I'll get you out. Don't worry. I'm going to come get you. You're not going to be in there long. Say your prayers, eat your vegetables, tie your shoes, drink your milk, make sure you belch, right? It just seems like she maybe have coddled this boy all his life, you know? And he's not had to take accountability for shit, because he definitely is not taking accountability for this. This joker recorded his victims and couldn't even plead guilty. What a sock of shit. And then the way she went to the door, Jesse, open up, Jesse. It's me, Jesse. It's mama. Jesse, it's mama. Open up, like as if he about to have some type of standoff or some shit. If she didn't say it's me. Open up, Jesse. Look at her.
Jess, it's mom. Open the door. It's me.
Jess, it's mom. Come on, Jess. Open the door. Come on, Jess. It's me. You can open it, Jess. I got you. I already got you, Jess. It's me.
And if you'll just have him step out. Okay. Give me your wallet and phone and stuff. So, okay. Your what?
They're in the car.
Well, okay, it's fine. It's not locked or anything, is it? Okay. So, can you tell him what you just told me, or? Yeah. So we're here. We're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman, and you shouldn't be very long. But there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now, you do have to come with us, and I do have to put you in handcuffs.
I just don't understand this. I'm blown away with this. Oh my God, I'm just so blown away with this right here. How she's rubbing his back and rubbing his arm, and how he's looking so sad and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So turn around for me.
Do you have to put him in handcuffs? You heard her? Do you have to put him in handcuffs? They should have said, Mama, do you know what he did? Do you know what he did?
You know what's in this.
You'll have to.
Yeah. I'll get you out. All right? Stay silent. Rick knows about this. Candy's on this. Dad's on his way.
Did you hear? I didn't even hear that the first time. The mother told him to stay silent. Nah, hold on. I need to look up the transcript to see, is that exactly what she said? Hold on. Did she say stay silent? Hold on. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Give me a...
When he entered his no contest.
Hold on. I got to see, did she say stay silent? Because let me look at the transcript. Did she say stay silent? Hold on.
I'll get you out. Okay? All right. Stay silent.
Yes. She told him to stay silent, you guys. I'm going to get you out. You hear me? This is what she says. I'm going to get you out. All right? You hear me? Stay silent. Rick knows about this. Candy's on this. Dad is on his way. We're coming to get you. Okay, stay strong. Okay? Say your prayers. Okay? So will he be going to go right to the city of Stillwater jail? And if you just contact her, then she'll be. But anyway, whoever Rick is, it sounds like that might be their lawyer, or maybe friends of the DA, or whatever the case may be. Because she was like, stay silent, all right? Rick knows about this. Rick knows about this. So, and Candy is on this. So Candy and Rick is probably their family attorneys or lawyers or whatever. But she told him to stay silent. Like, I mean, Oh, mama. Mama gonna be the reason that her son do this shit again. She gonna be the mama gonna be the reason. She gonna be the reason.
I'll get you out for me. All right, stay silent. Rick knows about this. Candy's on this. Dad's on his way. We're coming to get you, okay? Stay strong, okay? Say your prayers. Okay, so he's gonna go right to the city of Stillwater jail, and if you'll just contact her, then she does this all the time. She knows what to do. Yep.
I'm sure
Okay.
she knows Stillwater Police Department, not a county.
Yeah. Water Police Department. Yeah.
I believe that, I mean, that, just from looking at just a little bit that I am looking at, it don't seem like they extremely rich or anything, but I just think they know somebody. They know somebody that knows somebody. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be that. It has to be that because as I look in their house, it's not like that doesn't scream million, wealthy to me. It screams nice, but it doesn't scream wealthy. And then they treated him like he was such a gentle butterfly. That's crazy. Anyway, y'all. What sickness. She said she knew what he did because the cops came to my house to look up my child for those type of charges. I'm going off. They're too calm. Exactly. Oh, you saying because if the cops come to your child looking for those type of charges, yeah, you can be like, son, what did you do? What did you do? What are they here for? Yeah, she knew it. She knew it. She said, y'all see the black fatherhood kill. Oh, wow. No, I haven't heard about that. She said, absolutely, Amoira. That's the first thing I said. They already related. No, a big wig there. Yeah, they got connections. That's why she said Rick knows about this and Tiff or Crystal or whoever she said, she's on it. She's on it, meaning that they was probably already setting his bail. And then he got out on $25,000 bail. How much was it? I think it was $25,000. That man probably didn't even stay now one whole day. She said, what's the judge name? The judge name is Susan Worthington. Miss Susan, girl. Miss Susan. But the lawmakers are not playing. I mean, I don't know if they can, overturn this or whatever. But in my opinion, I believe he needs to go sit down in 1 year. They basically gave him a 1-year sentence. This is not helping him. It's not helping the victims, and it's not helping his family. I wouldn't even want my son to get no 1 year for this. If my son has done heinous crimes like this, no, I want him to pay for what he did. I don't want to coddle my son after he's violated girls in this manner. Would I want him to be arrested? No, I wouldn't, but I would say no. You need to take accountability and responsibility for what you did. You hurt those young girls. She said a way to keep their prison numbers from increasing and keeping them free to procreate. Don't want to become the minority. You think that's what it is? Want them to stay out and have families and bring more of them little demons into this world? Is that what you're saying? This is crazy, y'all. He didn't even get 2 years. This joker got 1 year. 1 year. She said, I wonder why he wasn't charged with attempted murder. They didn't put that on there. He should have been charged with attempted murder. They called it, what did they call it? Assault. Assault and battery. Said, oh yeah, I forgot. Because if you're on the offender list and you have a child, you have to have supervision visits with your own child. Yeah, they didn't even put this joker on the sex offenders list. Like, how do you not? I don't get this. But anyway, if anything else come out, if they overturn the law, if they somehow, are able to reopen this case and find out that the judge, the family, the DA, that somebody was connected and got this little overprivileged ass criminal out or whatever, and if they come back up and say something about it, I will bring it out to you guys. So I'll just put this on my list of, any updates list. But if not, that's it. If not, this is the case. You know what I'm saying? Maybe once he get out, they might get out the program, they may give an update, but they may not. But I do hope that the parents sue the shit out of, I would sue the shit out of the whole damn city. Because you got to think about it, the victims did what they were supposed to do. They reported it. They reported a violation against them, and nothing happens to the boys. And then they expect these women to go on and live normal ass lives, She said, good thing about the internet if he can't hide. Yeah, so you right, he can't. Well, that's true. And he's not supposed to access the internet while he's on the program, right? Social media. But do you think he's going to violate that? Of course he is. This is the same dude that violated a protection order and contacted one of the victims. So of course he's going to be on social media. He's just probably not going to be up under his picture. But of course he was on social media the day he went home to see how much people out here know about him. My goodness. She said, sick, who he sexually assault. Oh, you must have just came in, Yolanda. Baby, you're going to have to hit rewind because he sexually assaulted not just one, but two, but three. Just the third victim did not come in. So you're going to have to rewind it. She said, Amoira last night live was lit. If anyone don't see it, I recommend it. Have a great afternoon, Amoira. Thank you, Christina. Last night live was really good. It really was good. It was a good vibe and everything. The whole live. Caught old boy in a whole bunch of lies. Oh, liar. You a whole liar. I want to do an update on that too, but I don't want to be on this story. Maybe I'll hang up and come back with an update on that story. And the reason being is because he came out with some more foolishness today that I think is funny. She said, can they get a civil lawsuit? The parents need to pay for raising and protecting a monster and a man and father. I'm hooked. He got off. I'm shook he got off with this. Yes, Billy Duff, I do think that they can sue. And I would sue big. I wouldn't even sue for no, a little bitty amount of money. I would sue big. Yeah, because let the parents pay. If they don't think that he should be held accountable, right? That he shouldn't pay for his crimes, then let their moms pay. Let their parents pay for his mistakes. They're covering it up. No accountability whatsoever. He didn't even plead guilty. That's no accountability. So that's not just his failure. It's a system failure, but it's his family failure as well. And oh, they look at him like, oh, he was such a great athlete. Like, come on. There are two victims out here, three potentially, but two for sure. And there was evidence in his phone, so it wasn't like it was going to be a hard case. There was evidence. So this is absolutely insane. But by law, he could be offered that, and they offered it to him. But at the same time, the judge could have dismissed it and said, no, you're kidding me. I cannot believe you're bringing me this. So in my opinion, I believe the judge was in on the whole damn thing. So the DA, the judge, all of them was in on it. The daddy, all of them was in on it. This wasn't just a little crime. This was a serious crime. A serious one. No accountability whatsoever. So this is crazy. So anyway, but let me thank y'all, and I'm going to get off on this one, and then I'll come back. Give me about 15 minutes though to drink me some water and whatnot. I'll come back for another story. Actually, it'll be just the the updates from last night. Okay, I'm just gonna come back with the updates. Not from last night. From what is being said now, which I think is so funny, but we're gonna talk about it. All right. She said, great athlete. He looked like he out of breath going, posing for the camera. Child, he plays softball, honey. I don't know if you even need to be in shape to play softball, but he plays softball. So, they like him because he was a softball. I don't know, but anyway. But all right, but this is it for Jess Butler. His name is Jesse Mack Butler. He should be sitting in somebody's prison right now, but he's at home with his mama. Okay, with his mama. And his mama probably telling him, don't worry about those people. We're gonna be fine. Just don't do it again, Jess. Okay. Just please don't do anything like that. Don't, you know what I'm saying? This is no accountability whatsoever. 150 hours of community service. Like, are you kidding me? But anyway, let me thank y'all for blessing this live stream as usual. Thank you, Candy, Vet. She said, let's talk about it. Yes, Kayshawn, Lashina, LaCondes, Nisi, Beautiful Queen, Inga, Tawana, Tammy B. Said, keep sipping your tea. Yes, Cynthia, that girl. Wayford, I always say your name wrong. She said, I was sick to myself. Oh, I read that one. Rita, Vet, Cheryl. She said definitely favoritism. Yep, it's some type of favoritism. So thank y'all so very much. Give me about 15 minutes and I'm gonna come back with another story. She said, make it. She said something about it's early. Or I don't know what you mean. It's really weird for a plea to come after a sentence. 78 years. He was sentenced to yeah, you're right about that, Marley. You're absolutely, because don't they supposed to give you a plea deal before? Yeah, you're right. They supposed to offer you a plea before your sentencing. Yeah. I didn't even think about that until you just said it. That is crazy. Let me see something right quick. Is that? Let me see. Let me see if it's law. It says a plea negotiation before trial, the prosecutor and defense attorney negotiate a deal. This might involve. So it said it's, yeah. So the plea deal supposed to become before the trial. So why did the DA offer the plea after? Let me just see. It says, even though he was facing up to 78 years, that number reflects the maximum possible prison time if it would have went to trial and lost on every count. Also, he wasn't sentenced to, so was he sentenced to 78 years? Oh, he wasn't sentenced. Okay, so he was facing, I thought she said he was sentenced. Oh, it says what he actually got. He was not sentenced to 78 years. Instead, after negotiation between the DA and the judge, Butler entered a no contest plea under a youthful offenders agreement. Oh, okay. It says he received a deferred sentence where he must complete all the counseling, the rehabilitation, the community service, and all of that. But if he complete everything successfully, his record will be sealed and he avoid prison altogether. But however, if he violate, the judge has the authority to impose the original 78-year sentence that was suspended as part of the deal. So he was facing up to 78 years. That was the max. Okay. He was facing up to 78 years. It's saying that if he violates, she has the authority to impose the original up to 78 years. If up to 78 years that was suspended as a part of the deal. So if he violates. So it says the public sees, it says why people are outraged. The public sees facing 78 years and walking free as a contradiction, and they're right to feel like that. Victims advocate and Oklahoma lawmakers have called the outcome a failure of justice. And State Representative J.J. Humphrey even said on the record that this shows bias and imbalance in how the system treats young male offenders versus the victim. He should have said young male white offenders. Let's put a spade on a spade, right? Because baby, if he had brown skin, honey, he probably would have got charged for all 78 of them years. You know what I mean? So he didn't actually get sentenced to 78. It's basically a suspended sentence so that he can, do this program. I wonder how they're going to help him in 1 year. Like, I just don't see it. I don't see how they can change what's in him, because you got to understand, a person that videotapes their crime, that's something in them. I just wonder what in the world they're going to do to help him in 1 year. In 1 year, they supposed to like get him to become a different person. I just don't see it. I just don't see it at all. But anyway, thank y'all for coming through. Give me about 15 minutes and I'm going to come back on and talk about, a little bit of what went on yesterday and today. Okay. All right. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Hit that thumbs up button for me, please. And share this live, y'all. I know it's not my normal commentary, but share it because, some people probably want to see it. You know what I mean? All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.
Jay! She kept talking about that family.
Hoes over there.
She kept talking about that family. 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 That family. She kept talking about that family. Talking about that family.
These motherfuckers don't be wanting to listen. Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our